Like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
Fear of lab leaks puts virologists to the test. The result: the chimeric virus was only slightly less deadly than the Wuhan strain, killing 80% instead of 100% of the most sensitive laboratory mice. But it was still much more deadly than Omicron in these mice. This suggested that the spike protein wasn't the only element of Omicron that made it less lethal. Another mutation must play a role. These recommendations, which could dictate how virology experiments are conducted, land in a politically charged environment. Republican leaders in the House of Representatives, using their newly acquired subpoena powers, have launched an inquiry into the pandemic that will cover the origin of COVID and what they say may be the involvement of American scientists and government officials. The lab leak theory has revived an enduring cultural meme, that of the mad scientist, the human hubris of SC hope that nature would not do. Virologists, in turn, argue that the attack on their integrity could have serious public health consequences. COVID is still sickening and killing people around the world. The natural world is teeming with pathogens that could create another plague. Andersen initially suspected a lab leak when studying the novel coronavirus in early 2020, but after further investigation, he and 4 colleagues wrote an influential article in the journal Nature Medicine, concluding that SARS-CoV-2 not developed in a laboratory. He later co-authored 2 articles suggesting natural viral transmission from animals being sold at a Wuhan market. But he and many colleagues have been pelted with allegations that they are part of a cover-up. These speculations helped spark a backlash against pathogen research, prompting Scripps to hire security guards for Andersen and his lab. Corley argues that it is critical for researchers to listen to the concerns of the public and to better explain what scientists are doing and why they are doing it. These pathogens are scary, he freely admits. His lab, the NEIDL, only began operations after a protracted legal battle with local activists who didn't want it built in a densely populated city. It is one of a handful of research labs in the United States with biosafety level 4 containment, reserved for studying the deadliest pathogens like Ebola, and the Boston Public Health Commission. Despite the controversy, the researchers pressed on and published their peer-reviewed study in the journal Nature on January 11. The study identified a protein, NSP6, that plays a role in reducing Omicron lethality compared to the ancestral strain, saying the Boston University experiment likely poses little risk of releasing a dangerous variant in the general population. He noted that an early version of Omicron, BA.1, was being used, and therefore the recombinant virus would not have been able to compete against later, more easily transmissible subvariants of Omicron. This virus spread from infected animals sold at a market, and many scientists have claimed that SARS-CoV-2 most likely originated in the same way. There is no evidence that SARS-CoV-2 was in a laboratory before the outbreak. However, Bloom maintains that the evidence for a market origin for the current coronavirus pandemic is inconclusive, and both laboratory origin and natural transmission should be considered possible causes of future pandemics.